Happy Wednesday, my Facebook friends. So these videos are starting to take off and people are like, hey, I saw your video and I agree with you and I love it and I love watching it. Well, today I have another subject and it's the kids. I woke up this morning and I'm very worried about all the kids. And I think we need to think about this. So I want to open a discussion about how we are educating and structuring and preparing our children for what's going on. So I'm talking about kids from pre-K to college. And I have an 11-year-old that's going into 6th grade. And I have almost 21-year-old that's going into a senior year of college. I've homeschooled for 12 years. So I'm a little bit worried that kids are, one, not being recognized for the struggle that they're in and what the rest of the country is doing, because if you stop and think about it, about mid-March, just a light switch went off and these kids lost their whole entire life, just stopped. So I think most of them were kind of going to spring break, excited about spring break, and spring break is coming, and we have all these plans, and done. I mean, I'm afraid what has happened to our kids, one, is they've lost trust. They've lost trust in their country. They've lost trust in the security and the safety of what's going on. And I don't know if it's instilling anger in them, if it's instilling fear in them. I feel like our country is being controlled by fear. And for me and my family, we live on faith. And, I'm probably a pretty strong personality. I had a girlfriend ask me not too long ago, and she was like, are you not scared and worried? And I said, in the very beginning of this, I stopped, I slowed down. I really enjoyed the quarantine time with my family. It was a major blessing and benefit. But I use that time to educate myself in a sensible manner and use that time to go and spend a lot of time in prayer and my relationship with the Lord. And you don't get controlled by fear. You're just not supposed to. So are we teaching our kids to be controlled by fear? Second is, they're not getting a voice. Are we just teaching them to shut up and submit? If we are, then there's some social engineering going on. I don't believe in conspiracy theories like, the government's got this long-term objective goal and they're doing all these little steps, because frankly, I don't think the government could organize a tiddlywink game effectively. So I don't think there's like this really fine conspiracy theory plan. But if we are teaching our children to shut up and submit to all of these new rules and mandates and not question what's going on in this country, then that's a social engineering issue. We will have a whole generation where the majority of them, they won't ever question it because no one else is. And so those of us that are questioning things and wanting to know how, when, why, and is this possible and legal, and does this line up with our Constitution? When we question things, we're learning. It all has to be done in a respectful manner. So, are we doing that? Then, thirdly, are we teaching our children that it's okay to have destructive behavior and get away with it? Because that's what's happening, right? I mean, we have these destructive riots going on that are slow enforcement response to them, and they're blatantly illegal and dangerous. And results are happening from there. We're changing names of schools and monuments and airport, like John Wayne Airport. Are you kidding me? So what at home are we respecting our children and letting them have a voice and teaching them, one, about our history? Because if we respect our history, we will be able to embrace a safe future. How are we explaining this to our children? How are we explaining and justifying to our children that their lives have been turned upside down and that they do not have trust right now in the future of this country. So I'd like to know how y'all are talking to the kids about it. Everyone have a great hump day, and we'll visit later.